nobody knows what consciousness is, or when you find out what consciousness is the day that you die? And does that mean that when you achieve
Does
consciousness?
that mean we're all gonna die tonight?
No.
I did not know that.
Dogs are
Dogs
cool,
aren't
yeah.
conscious. Does that mean they don't care if we call their name? Like they don't.
Andy, how do you know that you are you? And
How do I know that I'm me?
and if you lost your memory, would you still be you?
You ever had Brazilian steakhouse, bro?
I love Brazilian steakhouse.
Bro.
Man. Like,
Brazilian steakhouse.
I'd be like, turn that green
the
thingy over,
best.
and I'm not
Yeah.
turning it over to stop. It's just like, no, thank you, not the chicken. I can eat that fucking shit out of Sam's Club. You know, give me the steak, Poppy. You know,
So I made the mistake of not paying attention to where they were explaining the rules.
Yeah.
So you know how like there's a card that they place on there, and one side's green and one side's red. Red is like for when you don't want any more food, and green is when you want it to keep coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention, and I kept that shit all green the entire time.
Yeah, you did.
hell yeah,
And oh my god, I've never eaten so much food in my fucking life.
Yes.
yeah.
It
Listen,
got
So
to
what you realize you did it right. You're saying I didn't realize the rules. No, you played by the rules,
did it?
and you
Oh,
did
okay.
it all right.
cool because that shit was wild. Because like it got to a point where I told the dude no, and he just flipped my card red, and I was like, oh. I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
listen. I recently went to that for my mom's birthday,
Really?
and yeah, and I mean, recently, sometime in the past year, who knows, right? COVID, time no longer exists, right? It's just indoors and outdoors, you know, like there's, and I was like, it's all about ratios, you know. When you get into a Brazilian steakhouse, you need to know, fuck the apps, fuck the salad, all the shit that you would fill your shit
Fuck
with,
the sides.
you know, like get yourself, you know, maybe a few fries, maybe a little bit like. Whatever you get the most savory side that you can get. Because everything else you're eating there is going to be goat, meat, filet, like, you know, like bacon wrapped shrimp, right? Like that is how you strategically do. They're going to try, oh, would you like some bread with that? Fuck your bread. You know, like I paid my,
Come at me
I
with
paid
that
my
weak ass bread.
$35 or whatever, you know, like.
Yo, wait. But the bread though, the bread is fire.
They got
it's like
you.
That's a
cheese
trick.
bread.
It's a trick.
You put a couple
It's
of
meant
those.
to fill you. It's meant to
That
fill you.
potato
up.
salad they had, crazy.
Listen,
You ate the potato salad?
Oh, it was
I've
delicious.
never tried the
It was
potato
awesome.
salad.
Listen, I can tell you that it's a trick, and I will prove it to you right now because every day I give our fucking bunnies a shitload and a shitload of hay. Hay is incredibly cheap for me, so it keeps my margin costs down. You know how many treats they get per day? Very little because it treats the meat. If I was a Brazilian steakhouse, they'd be like eating all the desserts.
All the treats all the day. Yeah, but also they would
I'm gonna
die.
get you a bunny, and all of a sudden you'll be like, I'm only eating the meat Poppy and not the chicken.
So what you're saying is you're getting your money's worth essentially.
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
fair.
Mama didn't raise no
Do
fool.
you feel like you got your money's worth?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you kept that card green.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No. It's 100%. Like, well, I'm also older now, and like I'm like, like I feel like the signal gets quicker to my brain. I mean, I still ignore it, but like I need like when I disgrace myself in there also because then you save room for the desserts. That's the trick. Also, they usually have fire desserts, but you need to have room. Did you have room for dessert at the end of the meats?
I would say so. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Because I got to try everything.
You're a
essentially.
motherfucking champion. Sir.
Yeah, you
am a
are.
champion. That
You
shit
did a
felt
good job,
crazy.
man.
You know what?
You
like,
win Brazilian steakhouse.
You win my respect, sir, because there was upon a time, like in my 20s where I also attained feats like this, right? And don't get me wrong, my inner heart desires it, but like at 37, I will literally go to a shallow grave if I continue. Like my system already needs more maintenance for a year. I found that out when I pull the muscle. It's like, okay, my system's no longer growing into the system that it will become. It is decaying now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is dark.
That was, whoa.
It's
That
decaying.
was an Ari Aster movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Death
that
is a part of
means.
life,
It's crazy. I love how into reality you get, Arturo.
Well, this is, Casa de thinking.
Casa thinking,
Yeah,
especially
it's
right on
here to make
topic.
you think.
It's meant to, we're gonna solve the mysteries of the universe.
We're gonna go down the rabbit hole.
Like we might actually make a black hole appear out of nowhere. With how deep it is, because what is consciousness, right? Is consciousness a thing that we possess, or is consciousness a natural byproduct of the universe, or is it something else?
Well, when you say consciousness, I can't even say the fucking word. But
Hell yeah.
oh,
Like, you know
Yeah.
how a dog is not conscious
uh-huh.
and a human is?
Ooh, what?
Like, has awareness. Like, because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's crazy. I did not know that.
Dogs are
Dogs
cool,
aren't
yeah.
conscious. Does that mean they don't care if we call their name? Like they don't know that?
But at what level, right? Like, is consciousness level? But let's say a worm. Is a worm conscious?
Oh shit! No, don't do
Oh,
that.
shit. No,
That's
we
crazy.
going. We're doing it.
Okay,
That's
we're doing
crazy.
it, right?
We're
Like,
gonna, if we have to go.
So
figure
it's
out
like
if
your
a dog-
start button. You know, like when you turn on the game.
yeah, I
Kind
love
of. I
that.
love that.
fucking
It's that.
analogy.
Yeah. It's
Otherwise,
fucking, you
if
just
nobody-
spawned in and you're like,
Yes.
oh shit.
Yeah,
like,
because before you were playing with fucking sticks and shit, and now you're like, oh, start video game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
like
Yeah, otherwise it's just a bunch of fucking wires, right?
that's so crazy to think about because sometimes I do be thinking that shit. Or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
What do you
it do be
think?
like that.
I'd
you
be
know?
thinking like sometimes like I'll notice I'm not in control, but I'm seeing everything.
Ooh.
Oh, like
Out-of-body
disassociated.
Like
experience?
autopilot.
Like an out of
Oh
body
my
experience.
God.
Nah, like yeah, sometimes. And I'll get into that in a bit, but like the just like the ability to like catch yourself doing something.
Fuck yeah! Listen,
Okay.
I've been talking about the autopilot for years. Nothing to anybody will hear it. So I love that choice of words.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird because it's
Where you
like
catch yourself doing something that
because it feels like you're grabbing the joysticks and like, oh, you're back.
Yeah,
you know what I always
I love that, the joystick.
put it akin to.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever watched the movie Click? Your Gen Z, so probably not, with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite fucking movies ever.
Okay, I call autopilot, right? Like, the thing is, like, for example, how do you learn to drink a glass of milk, right?
Uh-huh.
At first, you had to be very aware of it, right? But now you just grab the glass. You don't even thinking about what you're doing, even the way you might react about certain thing emotionally or whatever. The thing that, without being, if you're just, lost in your mind, how you would act, kind of like the Click thing. That's like, okay, he's like, like he's just fast forwarding, and people are still in his life. He's going through time, so he's still on that time. That's why I call it autopilot. So,
But he never sees it. Yeah.
but he never sees it, right? So tell me about give us an example of how you caught yourself on autopilot, like that way anybody listening might understand what we mean.
When I be showering sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'll remember getting in the shower and then forgetting when I'm supposed to get out.
I do something similar.
So I'll just
to
be
that.
standing there, like letting the water like hit me, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm supposed to get out now." And it's like,
Yeah.
and I'd be listening to music, so I'll be like, "Oh, damn, the album just ended."
A whole album.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be like, "Oh shit, it's over."
But wait, do you come to the end of your shower and you're like, oh damn, I got to get out, and then realize you didn't do anything?
Yeah.
Because I do
Nice.
something similar. I will like shave one of my legs. And then I'll just be doing whatever and just enjoying the water or whatever. And then I'll realize it's time to get out. And I get out and I realize I never did the other leg.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
Whatever. You
That's
know?
awesome. So how do you feel whenever you catch yourself like that? Like,
Low key, sometimes spooked.
yeah.
Because it's like,
Spooked.
because I'll know that I've done something prior, but
Yeah.
like you don't know what it is.
Oh, like what happens if, like, let's say you murdered somebody, like, would your
Oh
mind
my God.
all of a sudden, like, put you immediately, like, delete that from
it's
your
not
memory?
That serious.
Okay.
It's like the first 3 seconds, you know? It's not
Okay.
like a whole hour. You know,
So, but what
blackout.
makes it spooky though? Like, do you not know
No, it's like that feel.
Alex?
No, it's like just a weird warm feeling. It's not so
Sure,
much
yeah.
spooked. It's like a weird warm feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
That
is so
that could be the
weird.
water.
It's
That
a
could be the
little
water,
bizarre.
though. That could be the water from the shower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say my autopilot kicks in mostly in the car. like I will try to drive
Oh.
specific places, even places that I don't even belong anymore, like old workplaces and things like that. It's like my mind just autopilots. So I don't
that is
know.
I have had an instance like that too with driving. I think that's like a pretty common one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
How about you, Andy? What is consciousness to you?
What is consciousness to me?
Or maybe even what do you think, like, what do you think most people think of when they think of consciousness? Maybe you were trying to explain it a little bit earlier. Maybe both.
I don't know. I mean, I think we talked about it earlier. Nobody knows what consciousness is, or when you find out what consciousness is the day that you die. And does that mean that when you achieve consciousness?
Does that mean we're all gonna die tonight?
No. Well, so that's the question, though, isn't it? Is that when you achieve consciousness, does that mean you'll die, or is it you figure out what consciousness is because that's the day you die and you're dead, so now you know what consciousness is. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
way,
Where
you
did you
can't
get?
tell
Where
anybody.
did you get the whole "you're gonna die when you achieve consciousness"?
I don't know. I must have read it somewhere or heard it somewhere.
I've heard something
the
similar.
day that you die is the day that you achieve consciousness. Is something I've heard. It's a quote of
weird.
something, or I made it up. I'm very smart. I'm sure.
It's
No.
like when
Whoa,
you turn
whoa.
off a TV and it does that little animation where it zooms in on stuff.
Well, we're all being silly because we've all gotten in a heightened mental state to talk about this topic, and I would argue sometimes that the moment that you die is the moment you lose your consciousness.
Well, but you would know what it is then, right? It's just like you can't tell anybody because you're dead,
Yeah.
That's beat. That's wild.
right?
That's wild to think about because it's like then you
Like what makes Alex Alex, right? What makes you you?
what makes me me?
Exactly. What makes you different from like internally? You know how you feel day to day. You're inside your own body, inside
Yeah.
your meat machine, right?
How do I know it's me?
How do you know that the way that you feel is different than the way that Andy feels or Art feels, right? How do you know that you're not Andy or you're not Art? Or what makes you be aware, or even a twin, that they are a different person than the
I'm
person
about
that
to
looks
give you a
identical?
really, really high answer.
Give me
I
an
love it.
answer.
Because I can only see in first person, but I see you guys as third person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we side characters in your story?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, you are the
yeah,
main
that's
character
what
in
I'm
your
saying.
story. I love that.
And it's weird
Is it?
because it feels weird.
It's
Was it?
awesome though,
Yeah.
right? Like you're in control. You've
Yeah.
got the joysticks.
That's cool.
This actually dovetails nicely. I love it. This is great.
I love it too.
Dude, this coffee is delicious.
How about you, Andy? How do you know that you are you? And
How do I know that I'm me?
and if you lost your memory, would you still be you?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I
Yeah,
mean,
little
if you had
technical foul.
amnesia, or what if you're an old person and you've lived your entire life and you just, start to forget? Are you still you? What makes you you?
It's the sequel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's one of those sequels that like the main characters never mentioned.
What?
You know what I mean? Why are you laughing?
Listen. I told you the other day, Andy. And
I
you just
love that
ruined it.
idea. What did you say?
Oh, never mind. I was gonna make a joke.
Look at you.
I was gonna say that the other day I came to this idea that Gen Z is the afterbirth of the internet.
That's fucking terrible.
You're born within it.
It is what it is.
He's-
But you never learned to quite. You never wield it. You were the chosen ones, and
You're the
and this is where we got it.
ones. You are
It's a
Neo.
hero story.
And you
Have you
decided,
seen The Matrix?
and you
I have.
decided to kill your elders. I don't know. What happened.
Oh, that would be a good question. Then he's seen The Matrix. We just watched The Matrix the other day, like the
Oh.
OG Matrix.
Y'all seen it before though, right?
Yeah,
I had seen it like a long time ago when it first came out.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I've
so
seen
it'd
it
been
like
a minute
100
for
times.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say I watch that shit
Yeah.
all the time.
Hell yeah, it's incredibly layered. Even to like most recently, we were finding new stuff.
Which one's
about
your
it.
favorite one?
I mean, OG one is my favorite one. I really liked. I kind of like the new one. I think it was fine. I would say that I have an appreciation for the second one recently.
I was about to say I really like the second
I
one. That's
love
my
I
favorite
love the
one.
We
French
might have to
guy.
watch it again. We started to watch it, but I fell asleep.
That one's the coolest.
He's like, I drink too much wine. I must take piss. You know, like
All right,
the
maybe we need to
Merovingian.
watch it.
The Merovingian.
I remember that it had a lot more fight scenes that were very Matrixy, and I was like, "Oh, they're gonna go ham on the Matrix, aren't they?" They're
That's why I liked it.
"Whoa."
There was a lot of shit.
Yeah,
It's iconic.
iconic.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you a concept
Okay.
that I thought of the other day, and I'm gonna relate it to animals so we can all stay in sync. If at any moment I lose you, let me know. And we were talking about consciousness the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's start with a low form, a low animal, a living being, right? Like let's talk about a fish, or
Shouts out to fishes.
a fish probably knows the right now, right? Like it probably knows what's going on right now because it has to swim right now, kind of like Dory, right? But do they remember the past? Like, do they have any past of where they came from or whatever? Or they just kind of like almost like they have the horsepower like a computer in their head, but it's just right now. Oh, stimulate, boom, stimulate. I have to do that. Lip, I have to do that. Without right. So layer one. Then let's go to another animal, right? Let's say like a raccoon or like a squirrel that maybe has past memory, right? Like because it's not gonna go. Like squirrels don't like to be in areas. They'll leave areas where they know that they're not safe or where humans have been noise, lights, right? So maybe that tells you, okay, well they remember the past and they're like, no, something bad happened there. Go there. Still in the present.
You know what I think that like this is gonna sound real nerdy, but I'd be
Yeah.
thinking animals are just like ones and zeros.
Right. Okay.
Because they're like, what is it, NPCs or
Yeah,
whatever.
they're just automatic, Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they know they have to get food, but then they don't, and so they scurry away. Like I
Yeah.
feel like it's just ones
Okay.
and zeros.
I'm gonna see if you continue to feel that as we work our way up the ladder. Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
So we talked about right now, and then memory of the past.
Okay.
So then let's talk about the next layer. So right now, the past and the future, right? I recently read an article about some dogs that where the dog was sad, when an owner passed away, meaning that he missed it, meaning that the dog knows that a person's not there, and going forward, right?
Aw,
So
that's
Dogs
sad.
are the best people.
Why did I laugh?
right? So we're talking about right now, past, and then future. But the dog's a dog. The dog's still reacting, right? Like the
Okay,
dog,
yeah.
it's like not, like
They wag their tails. And
if the house, like lights on fire, it doesn't know that it can break through the window to go outside, right? Like it only knows doors out. No, I'm dead. Like it'll just burn in the fire,
Dang.
right?
Oh, that's upsetting.
sad.
Yeah.
A human like us would be like, oh fuck, the door's closed. I might break through the roof. I might like go out a window, right? Like I might get messed up, but
Break
He'd
through
break
the
through a
roof?
roof. He would
Like
absolutely.
Superman?
He would 100%.
I gave myself away. I gave myself away, ladies and gentlemen. Call me Clark Kent.
City needs me.
Right. So then that's where we stop at the animal level, right?
Okay.
So do you think dogs are ones and zeros?
Nah. I think they're just like robots, essentially.
Dogs are like robots.
They're like programmed AI, essentially.
Okay. Yeah. In a way, they're kind of following a linear path.
I'm being nerdy about it because that's
present.
the only way I could explain it. It's so like
Yeah.
advanced. Like it's like I have to put it in this way.
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay. And would you say that then we are the next layer above that?
That's the thing, though. Like, yeah, because I mean, consciousness is pretty much just knowing that you're seeing things. I guess I don't know. That was a really
Aware,
dumb way.
awake.
Yeah, aware. Like you're aware.
Yeah.
Is the dog aware that it's seeing things?
Oh shit! Now this because I just mentioned it's like AI. It's like, do AI have minds of their own?
Right.
That in its own is an argument.
Yeah.
It's like
well, but it
weird.
misses its owner though too. You know, do
It
AI
has
miss
emotion.
things?
Yeah.
I don't know. You seen like iRobot? Like, have you seen that movie?
We did watch that recently. Yeah,
Great movie, by the way.
it was
It's
a
probably
Yeah.
one of my
movie.
favorite robot
Oh, it's a
movies.
killer.
Or Chappie. Ooh, Chappie's a good example.
I haven't seen that. Is it good?
Oh, Chappie's really good.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
That's a really good example of like AI with emotion.
I love
Yeah.
that. Well,
But so the dogs have
Dude, I don't know. They're just dogs, you know.
all right, so
Cause it's just it's too complex for me to even talk about. Cause could it be considered reincarnation?
reincarnation. Yeah.
no,
Okay.
but let's so you're saying that if it's reincarnation, that the dog has the ability to think like a human, but it's just trapped in a dog's body?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a tricky question.
Yeah,
you know?
because the only reason I say that is because I seen some fucking cartoon where it's like that, and then like
How about you, Andy? What do you think? What makes a dog different from a squirrel, and us different from a dog? You know, are there layers? Is a dog like a squirrel?
I got a dog in me.
I mean, I don't actually know. I mean, the thing of it is that dogs are different from a squirrel because they're domesticated.
Yeah.
At what point in time then did a dog become different from a squirrel? I'm not really sure. You know, I don't really know that they are incredibly different.
Do you think they become smarter, or maybe not smarter, because they'd have the same machinery, right, as other dogs? But do they you would figure that an AI computer probably has the same machinery as right before it was an AI, right? Like right before it achieved that consciousness, or maybe not, right? Or right before it had the algorithm. So is it then maybe that potentially the dog, because the dog will follow like things, so it miss its owner, right? Is it possible that dog that is domesticated has a higher level of consciousness than just a wild dog, or a species of canine that was never domesticated with human
Like
beings,
wolves?
like a wolf, like a fucking wolf?
Ooh,
A
because I was
wolf
thinking
versus
about
a dog, yeah.
because I was thinking about like also bears. Like they're pretty fucking intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that's
about
scary. Yeah.
What about an octopus though? Octopus are so freaking smart. They can open jars.
Whoa. Oh,
It's
yeah,
almost
that's
like the dog knows we're smarter than it. It's almost like oh, yeah, you're smarter than me, and I want to. I'll do better. Like, yeah, you're gonna take care of me, right? Whereas it almost seems like a bear would be like, you're just food. You're just food, like a deer. You're like, there is no difference between you and all the animals. Maybe to the bear,
Yeah.
it doesn't look different. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what is it about maybe an animal like a dog that gives them that awareness? Is it maybe and maybe through that process is domestication?
Domesticate, yeah, I mean,
Is it reaching a higher level of consciousness than the other wild animals?
Dude, that question gives me like Into the Galaxy vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, that's a lot to think about.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what's because of the thinking, yeah.
That's
You know what I just realized though? To bridge the gap between dog and man,
Yeah.
dolphin,
oh
Yeah,
yeah, they're
yeah,
pretty intelligent
yeah.
too.
flipper, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
incredibly
Shouts out
intelligent.
to Sue. No, let's not. Never mind.
What? No, we
Oh,
don't.
SeaWorld?
No.
Listen, you can as an adult blame the the things that it stands for and still have enjoyed your magical moments at SeaWorld. You know, like they there's it's those moments were real, even if what are your memories of Santa Claus, not valid because it's not real, or what you believed in is not the reality of it.
That's fair.
What is real?
Is it still open?
I'm sure it is. I mean, it's Florida.
SeaWorld, do you think it's still open?
100%.
Okay.
That's
No,
crazy.
I don't know. Let's Google.
You
it.
would think
I'll
that
Google
like
it.
after all the PETA shit, like they'd just.
I
Be,
just can't imagine. Yeah, I
That's
mean,
wild.
that is wild. I know I've seen it like in other places, but
Dude, shouts out Disney Plus though for that Discovery Channel section, bro. Can you be watching nature
Yeah,
documentaries?
9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
That's
Sunday hours.
crazy. Till 9 p.m.
Yeah, it opens at 10 a.m. Monday morning.
It gets dark at 9 p.m. What the fuck are you looking at? That's crazy.
Not in Florida. It's always on flames. I'm from Florida. I can say that. I can say it.
Oh, I was gonna say because it's a dumpster fire.
That's right. I was going to say it's closer to
Oh
hell.
my goodness. That's crazy. I only go to Florida for one reason, and that's
Yeah.
the Universal Studios.
Hell yeah. You know what? That's what we should do. We should, you know what? We should go. You've never been to Disney World or
I've
Orlando,
never been to
right?
any
We're going to
Disney.
be in Florida for a week. I'm going to be writing a book in 7 days. And we should go to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. That's where we're fucking. It's only 3.5 hours away. We can
That's
fly
sick.
down,
Hell yeah.
rent a Tesla, drive up, have it drive us, you know? And then that's
cool
the
as fuck.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's super. I've been there twice, and both times it was amazing. I rode the same rides too because they were sick.
What's your favorite?
The Spider-Man ride.
Oh.
That one's fucking sick.
Okay.
I never wanted to ride the Incredible Hulk one.
Do
but
you feel like Spider-Man with this the right cool, or is it?
Huh?
Does it make you feel like Spider-Man? Or?
Yeah. So like you get to
Okay.
be around Spider-Man, and he's like trying to save you from like all the villains.
Oh
Nice.
shit! Okay.
It's cool as
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
It's all in 3D too, but it's in the roller coaster. Like,
I'll get
it's-
in. I'll scream like a little girl. You know?
No, there's no like loops or shit. Like it's,
Okay,
it's
good.
like all movement. It's like an indoor roller coaster.
Oh hell yeah! I'm in
Oh,
for
okay.
that Space Mountain. I'm like, I'll close my eyes, you know. But now the
The-
Spider-Man is protecting me.
Like I was saying, like I really want to ride the Incredible Hulk one, but
yeah.
I could never do it because I was too scared.
Yeah.
But now that I'm me, like right now, I think I could do it.
Yeah. Listen,
Because
I cried my eyes out at Splash Mountain. You know, like I'm like, there's no fucking seatbelt on this thing. It's gonna kill me. You know. Listen. And I think my brain knew that as a child, right? Like, I am much lighter than an adult, and I don't think that this is the regulation.
yeah,
You know?
I hear you.
Yeah.
You want to
I
know the
remember
scariest
that.
ride for me was the
Tell me.
Jurassic Park ride.
I don't even know that one.
That one's crazy. So like you sit down, it's a water roller coaster.
Ooh.
So like
Oh,
you're on a
shit.
boat and you're taking a tour and it's like through Jurassic Park and you see like actual robot dinosaurs.
I love that.
And,
I
like,
would
they're
love
haven't
like-
been there in like
They're like
20
huge.
years.
They're like huge. So like they'll come at you and like kind of look at you, and then as you get deeper, it gets scarier because now it's like, oh, let's show you the raptors. Like let's show you the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
And they're like fucking huge.
I
and
believe
so
it.
pretty
I wanna
much
go
it's
on
just
that.
like a giant hill, like a steep hill up,
Yeah.
and
Where
you get to the
dinosaurs-
top. And so it's about to drop you, and all of a sudden you see the Tyrannosaurus Rex come at you,
Yes.
and like it's like coming at you.
that's
it's pretty
awesome.
close.
Okay.
And then you have to go down this fucking huge ass hill, and it's
Nice.
fucking awesome, but it's mad scary.
I believe you. I want to see it.
You know, we also need to go to Legoland is out there. We'll hit all of them. There's that did you ever see that movie Religionless? There's the one where they have a theme park about Jesus and the Ark and the crucifixion, and they do a live crucifixion of him. Like we have to go.
crazy.
Like we have to go.
Oh, I want to go.
I do want to see that. That's cool.
But we have to go in full Muslim garb.
We do.
Ah,
Just kidding. I've cut that
Okay.
out. I got that out.
that's cool. That's cool as fuck though.
Did you know that there's the Polar Express in the mountains here where you wear your jammies and you go on this train and through the mountains and it's like the Polar Express and you drink hot chocolate and I don't know, hang out with children, eat cookies.
You being real?
Yes.
that's cool.
I kind of want to go on it.
We should do it because I've been on a train over near Asheville, and they have and it's like I think only on the weekends or something like that, and they have a moonshine train, and basically you drink like little 50 little shots of moonshine like on the way up and down. It's like a 4-hour
50?
tour.
Oh shit!
I don't know. It felt like 50. They give you a lot of little ones. You know, they're like not even a shot. They're like almost like a teaspoon. You know,
Okay.
like shots, but. You know, like, and they serve it.
Oh,
they're-
like the sacrament, you know? Like,
yeah, exactly. You know, yeah. Except you don't have to suck a cock after. You know, like
We're learning some
that's a
things today.
religious. That's a Catholic church joke, folks.
Jokes.
Yeah, I have to cut that one out.
Jokes.
But no, and you take a trip, then they let you out for like a couple hours, visit the souvenir shop, maybe like an hour, and then you ride back. They do lunch there. It's cool. I'll take you there, babe.
That's cool as
Ooh,
shit.
excuse me. I
Yeah.
can't wait. Yeah. I want to go.
Daylight savings really kicked your ass.
I
huh?
know, right?
Yeah.
That
You
shit
still-
suck. I still haven't changed the clock on my car.
No.
No, it's still like an hour ahead.
I never change it.
I haven't.
I just
even,
let it roll over until the next year. You
I was
know?
about to say, but your shit changes automatically, doesn't it?
No, I don't know if it does.
fancy enough to change on its own, huh?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't change on its own.
No.
No, I don't even have heated seats.
But
I
we
don't-
want
I
a
don't have
Tesla.
heated
We want a
seats.
Tesla. We can't
I-
afford a Tesla, but
Teslas are cool.
Yeah.
Teslas are cool.
How do you feel about-
Cybertruck, though.
I was about to say, how do you feel about the Cybertruck?
that's the Tesla we want.
Really?
Yeah.
I want that bad.
100%. That shit's gonna float, man. I'm gonna take that shit to Florida. Fucking hunt some gators in the back of it.
Dude, that's cool as fuck, dude. I really want that.
I'm gonna put a fucking
What would you
turbine
do
in the
with
back.
it? Why do you want the Cybertruck?
Just to have it, you know?
Because it looks
It
cool.
looks
That's
mad
why you.
cool, yeah.
It looks really dope.
It's like a real
yeah.
nerdy thing about me. It looks like a PlayStation 1 graphic.
Okay, so what's the difference? What do you think is smarter, a dog or a dolphin?
I think a dog.
Dog is smarter
You
than
think
a
a
dolphin.
dog
I
is?
think so.
How many dolphins have you met?
None.
That's fair. You know,
Have
that's
you ever
racist.
seen the
That's,
TV show?
That's species.
That's species. That's great. I just don't
Species.
like water though.
But have you ever seen the show Flipper?
No.
Okay.
I know like the what are they called? Gold dolphin snacks, like like goldfish, but gold dolphins.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. Is it like the organic version?
I don't know, but it's probably better than Cheez-Its.
It's probably better than eating dolphin.
You know what? In the modern era, dolphins have gotten a bad rap. They were fucking heroes
When
when we were
kids,
growing up, right?
like, no,
now they're
seriously.
fucking rapists, you know, like banging out tourists, you know, in Mexico.
Oh yeah, the TikToks and shit.
Yeah, it's like they were heroes.
They were heroes when we were kids.
Oh,
They
yeah?
really were. Yeah, Flipper was like everybody watched Flipper.
I just saw a story.
They
that-
call him
yeah.
Flipper. Flipper.
Yeah.
He's faster than lightning.
Whoa, yeah, I don't know anything about that.
It was a theme song. Like, man, everybody sang it and everybody
Yeah.
watched it
I'm
after
gonna be
school.
real. The only time I've ever met dolphins was on TikTok, and that's just them.
And they
trying-
were rapists.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Okay,
crazy.
damn.
see, they have a bad
Crazy.
impression.
Yeah, you know,
culture.
like they haven't gone to work since, you know, Ace Ventura, you know?
Yeah.
You
That
know?
was a good movie. I liked it.
Hell yeah, you
Ace
know?
Ventura, yeah. See, remember
It's
the
a good
dolphin in
movie,
that? He
yeah.
was a good dolphin.
That's a good dolphin.
That was
That was
Smart
the
dolphin.
last.
He
of the
could
good
kick a field
dolphins.
goal.
the last of the good dolphins.
Listen, that dolphin could kick a field goal. That dolphin was an American
it was-
hero.
He was.
That's how I know dolphins. I know dogs. I got a couple dogs.
Yeah?
I got a dog in me. That's
He's like, he'll fight a dolphin.
Yeah. It's so, listen, the reason this works is because she doesn't listen to 100% of everything I'm saying. Otherwise, you know, she would be sick of me by now.
That's
you
not
rode
true.
goats.
No, but yeah, there's some, you know, and this is going to be on the book, you know, The Third Duck. It's 7 layers of consciousness. And it's probably infinite, like a fractal up and down, much like, you know, as above, so below.
Love that movie.
Is that a movie?
It is a movie.
Yeah. I think
So-
it's also a Bible verse.
It's a.
Is it a good movie?
It's a horror movie.
Oh, no, I
Oh.
wouldn't have seen it.
It's
I don't
pretty
pay to
good.
get scared.
It's pretty good.
Is it like relatively new?
No, like 2014,
Oh, okay, so it's older.
15. Yeah,
I have to
it's
check
pretty
it out.
good. Like it is about like the main story is about just them going to the catacombs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ugh,
then, like-
catacombs.
Oh, is
Like-
that the one where they start like getting pulled off or whatever?
Yeah.
I think I might have seen part of that and it scared
I
me.
don't want to see that.
Yeah, that movie's crazy.
Yeah.
And then
No,
it also
thank
like
you.
follows the what is it? What's that movie? Or what's that book? The one about Dante's Inferno. Pretty
Ooh,
much
Dante's
it's like a
Inferno is so
subtle-
scary.
It's like a subtle comparison.
Do you remember that video game? Did you see the
I do,
Dante's
I
Inferno? That video game scared the crap out of me.
I've always wanted to play it. I never got it.
Because it's scary. Your parents wouldn't let you? Because I didn't want to let me.
I don't even want to do it now. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Speaking of scary, did you ever watch the movie Scream when you were younger?
Scream? Yeah.
Yeah, did you find it scary when you were younger?
I thought it was a comedy, and then they started killing people, and I was like, "Oh, it's a scary movie."
That is exactly what Scream is like. You
Because
think
I
it's a
was like,
comedy
I was
at
like,
first.
"Aha, this is funny." Ah ha ha. Girl
Yeah.
dies like in the first 10 minutes. It's like, "Oh, Jesus
no.
Christ,
Yeah.
what am I watching?"
And I
Wait,
think
how old were you?
I was like, I don't know, like 9, 10.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's been probably parodied to death, but I remember at least for me when that mask first came out, that shit was scary, son. It was like that ghoul, like, you know, ghost face.
That's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
scared of it. I remember
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore, and I was like, oh no.
My nephew, I think, was traumatized.
wait,
from it,
wait.
You know? Yeah, Drew Barrymore was at the beginning.
It was right.
She was the one that was
Yeah.
killed. Yeah.
She got killed. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is that
the
like,
mask was scary.
because that was probably scary to a lot of people, but
Mhm.
like I saw at that same age another horror movie that scared the shit out of me.
Which
What was
one?
it?
It was The Ring.
The Ring is scary. The Ring's scary to today, son.
Yeah.
To
I'm
this
not gonna
day,
watch
it's
The
fucking
Ring.
scary.
I'm sorry to my old self that I ever watched it.
I was like 10.
You
I was like,
cannot. You cannot like even right now. Like I'm trying not to think about. You cannot
don't-
get those scenes out of your fucking head.
yeah, like
well,
every time I
You
used to
literally
look at
get-
a black TV like that, I would think it was gonna turn on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Oh
like,
my god! What would
Well,
that be
I'm
a
not
cool?
gonna sleep tonight.
Would that be a
Cool.
cool prank if like all of a sudden we have like a guest and it
And
looks
then
like
it
the
just
screen's
does
like,
that?
but it's
And
just
then the
something
ring
from
thing?
the
Yeah.
ring. Yeah.
That'd be
so
crazy. But I mean, I've seen that. Like people have done that before on like
Oh,
TikTok
have
and
they?
shit. Yeah,
Oh, god damn it.
Well,
but like,
that
yeah,
doesn't mean we can't still get some people.
Because,
we haven't
like-
gotten our friends.
because like spoiler alert, like at the end of the movie, like
Mm-hmm.
that fucking scene where like she turns the dude around and he's like already dead.
Oh,
but, like,
I can't look at that face. Like
yeah,
it's-
dude, like that's what fucking freaked me out.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
remember
yeah, yeah.
that
Oh, yeah,
part.
yeah. No,
I probably
I
blanked
fucking
that
hate
out.
you for saying that because it's a terrible scene.
Like
of
now
the
you're
movie.
thinking about it and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, I can see it like it was
I
fucking
can't.
I'm
yesterday.
not gonna be able to walk to my car.
and it's been 20
Oh
fucking
wait, no, I
years.
got my flashlight.
We'll go in teams.
And it's been 20 fucking years since I saw that movie.
But, like,
It's been at
Also-
least that long for me.
Also, the thing is, I also grew up in what was called the jump scare era,
yeah.
Jump scare era.
because this is when the internet was popping.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. It was
like,
all about jump scares.
The jump scare era,
You know,
was what freaked me out
paranormal
forever.
activity, you know, it was all about jump scares.
So, are you pro jump scares?
I'm pro jump scares if it's done right, if it's
Okay.
done well, if it's not like a cheesy like blah, like
What's-
jump at you.
What's a movie then that you could use as an example of done well?
Oh, this new movie that just came out, Smile.
Is
This-
it on theaters or is it on
well, I think
streaming?
it's still in theaters, but it was a movie that I thought looked fucking stupid. I thought this movie looked dumb. I was like, oh, haha, not scary.
Yeah.
But when you watch it, the first 15 minutes of this movie has you like that.
Oh,
Like you're
shit.
like, what the fuck is going on?
So, wait, do you like that?
It's fucking crazy because to me like horror is art essentially.
Okay.
It's a form of art.
It
Obviously.
absolutely is.
Listen,
yeah, sure.
y-
I mean, I.
So like when you get scared, it's like, oh, that's a really good feeling to get scared by something because that just shows like true emotion. But when you get scared and it's a cheap scare, it's like, oh, what the fuck? That was annoying.
I am convinced. We live too softly. We've lived too softly.
Who?
Or you have to manufacture fear in the first world. You're like,
So like,
that's the only thing that's
Oh,
real
are,
anymore.
are you calling us
And the-
very American?
And there are no,
right
s-
now?
there are
Is
no.
that dare
You
he?
don't. Do you like horror stories? No, because your life is hard enough, and so is mine. You know, where there's real horror. You know,
Oh,
like,
I see. Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, the thing about this movie, Smile, is that its scares was very like out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Mm.
Like you were not expecting it.
Mhm.
Like, you know, there's very common tropes when it comes to the jump scare, and it's like
Mhm.
whenever the soundtrack starts dimming down.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
when there's no music, you're just still. That's an easy jump.
Yeah.
But then like in this movie, it does like music's toning down, everything's chilled, no noise. Oh, background noise. Somebody's calling the phone. Pick up the phone. Scare. Like you were not expecting the scare because
Yeah.
something was it was in motion.
Okay.
Like the scene was playing out. The scare just came at like
it
random.
was more organic.
Exactly.
So I was gonna ask. That's what I was gonna ask though. Is like, do you think then that jump scares had to kind of like grow up a little bit? Like, because you said Smiles coming out, and that's an example
Well,
of
no,
good
because
jump
like
scares.
I say that because back then when jump scares was happening, that was the first time we've ever seen them. So there's no way we could create the idea of making something better.
Right.
It's like it's just what is it? Like the idea of enhancing technology.
Absolutely.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Finesse.
I
Some things
disagree.
gets obsolete, so you got to make it better.
I disagree. I think the jump scare is the engagement algorithm of the movie world. You know, it's just meant to give you that hit.
Well,
that you know, in one case dopamine, this kid that adrenaline hit.
But I'm also not talking about movies in general. I'm talking about like the pop culture of it, like the idea of it, because it was like like an iconic thing.
Right, for your generation, for
Yeah,
sure.
for us, like
Yeah,
it was that. It was like YouTube.
maybe
and-
maybe that's what went wrong. You know,
The jump scares.
I told you they're the afterbirth or the internet. Okay, I
No,
said it
it
at the
scarred
time.
You
of
me
the
need
for
to-
real. It really did scar me because I didn't want to like do shit for like a while after I'd seen one.
Yeah.
After I'd seen one, I had like my whole lifestyle just changed. It used to be like very comfortable. Now it's like every light is on.
Yeah.
Music's playing in the background, so nothing's
Absolutely.
quiet.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I've been there, man.
mhm.
Do you think I can be in a bathroom with the door closed with the lights off for more than like a couple seconds? I'll freak out.
I mean,
Go in that bathroom with the
No, I'm not
lights
doing
off.
it
Are
right now,
you
though.
scared that like the Candyman's gonna come get you, or is
No,
it
no.
Bloody Mary? Or
Actually, I am.
Bloody Mary was probably the word. I hate that fucking just that idea.
yeah, Bloody
'Cause,
Mary is
like,
very
it-
scary. Candyman was very
Yeah.
scary to me when I was a kid.
That's a good.
And I'm not even worried about the reality of it. I'm worried about what your mind can project. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna lie. Yeah, you have a point because like sometimes I'll be hearing shit,
Yeah.
but nothing's there. So like, did my brain make that or did that actually happen?
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll give you that because that is true.
I heard a thud the other day. I went around the entire house and could not find it.
Yeah.
And it really freaked me out. And then I didn't know what to do. So I just continued about my day. And actually, I found out what the thud was
What?
today. Like it was in the closet, like something shifted and just kind of fell down, like a pair of shoes fell down.
Yeah, that shit's fucking crazy. I could never.
But
Because
it
I've
really
had shit
bothered
like
me.
that. I remember I used to think the fire alarm squeak was like
Yeah.
something, and then I figured out, oh, it's just a fire alarm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was really creeped out until I figured out today. I just had to specifically like stop thinking about it so I would stop being creeped out.
There's another horror movie that uses that kind of thing as a trope too. You ever see the movie Hereditary?
No, but I've seen the. It's like a part of a movie universe with another movie, right?
Midsummer?
I forget what it is.
Oh. Well, so like Hereditary, there's like a scene where like, all right, so the main character's the mom. The mom died. The mom's mom died. And so she's kind of like recuperating over it, but she's also like about it because like she hated her mom.
Oh.
So like she's like kind of in her office like 'cause she's like a model maker, and like she turns and leaves the room and turns off the light, but her hand's still on the switch as if she saw
Yeah.
something. Comes back around, looks at the corner of the room and sees her dead grandmother, and then
That's
like
terrible.
she turns on the light and she disappears, and it's like that's a good trope. That's a good horror trope.
Like, did you actually see that sort of thing?
Yeah, like
Your
was that-
eyes
was
playing
that-
tricks
yeah,
on you,
was
your
that me,
ears
or was
playing
that-
tricks
yeah.
on you. Yes, actually, that is a very good
And
horror
that's
trope. I could see
it's
that.
a pretty good. That's a good example of it. It's been used before, but
I
it's a
mean, I
really
hate
good
that
example of it.
idea. I
Yeah.
would never watch that.
Do you think that maybe the fact that was like the height of the Gen Z generation, that it might have, potentially created some trauma and then made you like think like be so fatalistic about the future and over empathetic towards people since you saw them getting all kinds of tortured by the jump scare?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
The Gen Z generation. I'm just fucking with you.
okay.
You are their ambassador.
I guess. I mean, like,
I ask every Gen Z this.
I would think so, but I mean, and this is gonna sound like a real Matthew McConaughey answer, but it's like, life comes with risks.
I see.
Like
I
Tron.
see where you're coming from.
So like, it's like we're like like
I agree that
like
that's-
Gundam, like you get in the
Yeah.
ship and then
Yeah.
you're just like
I've had that. I've thought myself. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a dead person is a representation of a fallen like dude. Like that was it. That was his time.
But
Game
what
over.
happens to his consciousness?
It's gone.
It's just gone. It just
Yeah.
blinks out.
So
Yeah.
when it appears,
It's like
not
what I
fucking.
said. It's like what I said earlier with the TV screen shutting off. It's like
Okay.
that's game over.
So if you have no meat receptacle,
But then
no body.
So then, is there anything to fear any ghosts if they know it's nothing controlling them? They're not aware.
Yeah.
I see. I am.
Balls in your court.
Yeah, you have.
This is why it's constantly thinking. There are no wrong answers. We're just exploring the
You said
topic.
checkmate. Like I had to like stop. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and
We'll
to
pull
me,
on a thread and then it'll give us to another thread and we'll pull on another thread.
To me,
yeah.
that's just like game over. Insert 25 cents to start a new game.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like that's what it is to me. Like
So does it stay in a state of sleep, kind of? Like, does it just kind of go dormant? Like,
I do
does
believe in zombies, so
consciousness-
maybe.
Okay.
I do believe in zombies. I feel like zombies could actually happen, so
Okay.
maybe.
Zombie ants are a real thing, you know? Zombie
That
insects.
but that like with the mushroom, like the mushroom bacteria thing that they
Is
pull.
that what it was? I can't remember now. But
Yeah,
we,
so it's
you
like
know, we watched the same thing.
because it was like fungi, like ants or something like that, and
I
that
think so.
they could pretty much bite into like anything. Like they bit into a spider once, and then it like controlled the spider.
Ooh, that's
Well,
so upsetting.
You've never
Well,
heard
is it?
I'm
Is it?
sure it did. I don't remember. Maybe I forgot on purpose.
Well, what is a zombie, right? Because the things that we crave for food are really just the bacteria in our stomachs and like really craving. That's why whenever you change your diet, all of a sudden you start craving different food because you have like rebalance all the different species of bacteria in your stomach. And those signals in your stomach, your brain interprets as cheeseburger or salad or whatever. It's because the bacteria is like, oh, I crave the nutrients or whatever. And our brain is smart enough to know, okay, those nutrients, oh, because that's our unconscious brain. Our conscious brain knows salad, you know? So if we don't like, if our cravings are not us, then what is us?
Then what is us without craving?
Right? Like, you know, because for example, right? Like, if what you want to eat, like, let's say you say, oh, what's your favorite food? Or what would you eat right now? Like, if you could eat anything, what would be right now?
Me? Pizza, bro.
What if I were to tell you that it is because of the bacteria in your stomach that you have pizza wanting bacteria or the stuff that's in pizza that your brain is interpreting as like, I want pizza? What if I tell you that it's not your brain that's wanting pizza, but the bacteria that is ordering your brain to get pizza, and you're interpreting as like, I want pizza because your gut bacteria is part of you?
Oh shit! So that's like, so we have it.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how cravings go based on
Whoa, that's crazy. I never thought of it that way.
Well, but you go ahead, Alex. I'm thinking about something.
See, no, that has you kind of fucked too because it's like,
Well, no, but I was just thinking though, your gut would never know that it loved pizza if you hadn't given it pizza in the first place.
but doesn't that originally come from you because you wanted the idea of pizza?
No,
But you didn't even know what pizza tasted like at that point in time.
like for example, if you put your hand, I'll give you an example on a hot stove, right? You know the feeling of hot, right? But your hand, the sensors in your hand, don't understand hot.
Okay.
They're just signals that your brain is interpreting as hot. What I'm saying is that the bacteria, it's sending signals through your stomach to your brain that is like, I want pizza.
Oh, that's so fucking weird.
Right?
Because it's like, oof, it's like a, I don't know how.
Because all of a sudden, like you start eating different food, right? You're like, oh, I start craving different food.
But I feel that, yeah, I feel that. Like you have a point there because like
you change your gut bacteria.
my diet. Like I changed my diet. That
Yeah.
shit's fire.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
get what it means now.
Yeah, and you feel like you want different stuff. But now, so we're tying to bacteria, right? So if it's possible with one thing, how many more systems are working in the background and automatically, not even the autopilot
not
that you
aware of.
notice, like the things that you think, oh, that's me, but it's actually sensors, your brain interpreting that's me, and then what makes us us? It's
Yeah,
tough. It's fucking. I don't have an answer, by the way.
I don't have an answer for that either because you know what? I thought about it. When I moved my legs, it moved without me thinking it. You know? I don't know.
Yeah. Or your reflex, right? All of a sudden,
Yeah.
you catch
Autopilot.
something, right? Your reflex of
right?
catch, right?
Yeah.
And
like-
you understand that as catch, you know the catch of the ball, right? But your nerve doesn't know that, right? Like, and now because your nerve's still like part of you, tied to your central nervous systems, but if there's bacteria that's basically pushing the buttons on your nerves to be like, hey, I'm pizza bacteria. I'm ordering some pizza right in your stomach, right? Or maybe even like the bacteria in your eye, right? That lives in your eyelids. Like, what is that doing, right? What are all these other things
What's
doing?
that movie with the bacteria and the pill? Osmosis Jones or something like that.
Yeah.
don't
Osmosis
think
Jones
That's what
and
that
the
reminds
cartoon
me
one,
of.
right?
Yeah,
I don't think I ever watched that.
that's okay. Not a lot of people actually know about that one.
Okay.
I won't lie to you. It's not very popular, but I do remember watching that as a kid.
Okay.
So when you're explaining that, I was thinking of that movie.
Osmosis
I like
Jones.
that. I like that. Yeah. You know, and it's very.
I was thinking of the Magic School Bus.
Oh yeah. The anatomy one or whatever.
Yeah, or that episode of Rick and Morty where they're inside the homeless guy.
Oh, I don't watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And what about
you.
the unconscious mind, right? Like all the mechanisms working, right? That thing, our autopilot that is within us, and that maybe even more part of us, right? That it's still working while we're asleep. Like, what is us if that is also us, but we're not aware of it, right? Like,
Can I give you an example?
yeah, give me an example.
You know how like at or TV stations they have some screens that are like no signal?
Yeah.
That's what I think it is whenever it's unconscious. No signal. And then when the unconscious mind is dead, it's no signal forever and the camera's just broken.
But what would you say that then the EKG, the brain map show that there is a lot of activity while you're dreaming?
So then,
Your brain is working, sometimes a lot, but
Then-
you're not there.
well, yeah, because it's like when we sleep, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So yeah, then it's like brain TV after hours or something
After
like that.
hours.
After hours.
And then it's
Okay.
like the
Okay.
night episodes, like Nick at Night and
Yeah.
shit like that.
But who's playing that then? Are you playing that? It's your unconscious mind playing that? Is there a difference?
It's like fiction and nonfiction,
Okay, I'm going to throw another curveball your way. I love this because you're making me think of, I love this. It is only through discourse that I think of ideas, right? Okay, what if you have a split personality? What makes each of those you?
I mean,
Each of those
MTV,
things.
MTV2, MTV3, like.
Okay, but let's say you're Alex.
Mm-hmm.
You right now, and you split into 4 different Alexes that have different personalities.
Okay.
Which of those Alexes is the true you?
In this episode of Moon Knight,
Oh
Exactly,
Hey, yeah.
you
Moon
like that,
Knight.
dude? Like I'm just saying, like I
Yeah.
have good answers.
So which one?
Yeah.
Which one is Alex? You know how there's only some memory that you remember so far back. What if this Alex is actually a sub personality that it's not from before you remember? You know, when you were younger, maybe if you were just somebody different, a different personality in there, and now you're this person. If all of a sudden you were to find out that you were not the original one and only from your memory, what would you do if confronted to know that there was another Alex personality that was there before you? And then how would you feel then about who the real Alex is?
Plot. I think. All right, so I'm trying to make a movie reference. So Shutter Island, you know how like the detective, thought
Yeah.
he was a detective, but then at the end of the movie,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
they'll
he's been
tell
a
it.
patient the
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
time. Yeah, that movie's old. People should have already seen that movie, bro. No
That's
spoiler alerts on that fucking movie.
It's not. I just haven't seen it in a long time, so I was surprised.
Yeah.
Sorry. I forget a lot
I
of
got your-
movies,
I
so
got
like
your pre-reaction.
you shouldn't, base any type of spoilers on me.
Okay,
Just say it.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, look at that. That was a good reaction.
But yeah, no, that was fantastic. So
The detective was a patient the whole time? No way. We got to watch this movie.
Good
Yeah.
ass movie.
so you're saying that you'd incorporate yourself into the former, personality. Like you'd be willing to let go of yourself as the main Alex of this vessel.
Yeah, I mean,
Shut your fucking mind.
no,
I will fucking crash this vessel into the goddamn ocean before you take me off of it.
I mean, nah. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that like, it's just point of view film.
Because I think that's kind of like a memento, right? Like, doesn't he kind of realize that, oh my God, like that was me? And then he kind of basically
to remember.
fools himself. He writes the tattoos to fool himself into thinking that it wasn't him the whole time.
Yeah.
For clarification,
Gives himself a false memory, like Total Recall.
it's like how like some cars have like 7 disc CDs. Like, you
Yeah.
can put 7 in them.
Yeah, I think I have 7 in mine, or 5.
So they're like a 7 CD disc changer.
So then what?
How many do you get then? Infinite? Or is there at least?
No, I guess it just depends on who you are. I guess I don't know.
Well, but how many
that
resets
random?
do you get? Like, think about like a concussion. You get hit.
Yeah.
It's almost
Oh.
like a reset. You know.
Yeah. We'll have to.
Like
we,
a factory reset on like a phone.
you know, we might have to. You know, and this is the thing. Casa the thinking is not about answers. It's about questions.
That's right.
We've answered a few. We have some more. Maybe we'll, be able to find the mysteries of what consciousness is
Yeah.
in a follow-up episode of Casa the Thinking.